Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress. I'm here with another pick a card reading. I'm doing the pile things, the card as a representation instead of, or a marker instead of stones or rings or something, because I don't know, it appealed to me the last time. I'm going to do that again because to me it's sort of a continuation of the twin flames in the dream world, and I was picking up on a lot of past life stuff, and I thought, oh, I could address that, or I could just do a whole nother reading. So I decided I'm going to do a reading on how did we know each other in a past life. So I have 3 piles here. We have Fortune's Wheel, the World, and the Fool. Let you look at these a little closer. Here's Fortune's Wheel. Okay, and the World. And I just love the images in Colette Baron Reid's Good Tarot, the Good Tarot. The artwork is just really beautiful. And I just want to say hi to Melanie again, because she is the one who said that Colette Baron Reid is more prescriptive than predictive, and I like that. And I feel like I want to use her cards in that way a little bit more than like in shuffle them for readings. I want to just like draw the cards and just like really study them and let you study them with me. And also, by the way, I got these really nice rings that Melanie made for me at her Etsy shop, the Star Christ on her Etsy. So, and I also got this really cool ring, not on her shop, but it's like, whoa, it's a really big, it's kind of bigger than I expected. Anyway, so let's begin the reading. So take a deep breath, let it out. Close your eyes. Open your eyes and let your eyes draw to the card that you're most attracted to. Now, there could be multiple messages for you, but each one is a separate pile with a separate story, but they could all be related. They could all be past lives that you have been involved in. So pick any card you want, any pile you want, or listen to all 3 of them. All right, let us begin. Okay, here is Fortune's Wheel. So the Fortune's Wheel message is this: Destiny meets synchronicity. I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that Spirit has my back. These lucky breaks and moments when things just turn out perfectly show how we're all connected. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with Spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. All right, so let's see what past life comes up for you and how it will, help you in your present. I don't know I'm not sure like what kind of help you'll get from this, but you and your twin flame, let's see where you met before or how you met before. So first we have King of Cups. So the masculine in this relationship then was definitely a powerful person, the king. And I'm feeling possibly Renaissance time, like 1300s. And not just because of the cards. So here we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is younger, so quite a bit difference in age between the king and the page. This could be like a squire, but it could also be a younger love interest. Let's see what else we have. We have the Ten of Wands. So you or your twin or it was like a worker on the land. So one was the king and one was the younger worker on the land, like more of a peasant type. Maybe not so peasant-y, just more of a laborer. That, yeah. Let's see. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so here we have a more feminine image. So I see the king and this young, beautiful peasant girl, or she's dressed fairly nice. I would say she wasn't poor. She was a lady, possibly some person on the land in the kingdom that did well. She worked. So she worked hard on the land, or her family did, and she was part of the people that lived in this kingdom. And then we have death. So something happened here. These two, he was in love with her and she was in love with him. They were eyeballing each other. I mean, saw each other kind of on a daily basis and had feelings for each other. But something happened, some kind of transformation. Something got in the way, some kind of... So it could be illness, or this actual represents the death of one or the other of the people in this lifetime. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then the Three of Swords kind of represents heartbreak, or something having to do with the heart. So possibly the female of this couple in the past life had some kind of either heartbreak or some kind of heart injury, something to the heart. Maybe she was stabbed, or maybe he was stabbed, or some kind of something having to do with the piercing of the heart. And then we have from Fairy Forecast, Nest. So he was kind of bedridden for a long time, and possibly didn't recover after knowing each other briefly in this lifetime. It was, it was the beginning of something, but he never got to fully complete it. Let's see what else. Yeah, but that's a past life relationship. That's where you knew each other before. So you met during this time, and it was a time where you got to know each other and fall in love, but it never was able to grow into anything, because one or the other of you got sick too soon and passed away. That's what it seems like to me. And let's see what... Yeah, she was stolen in her sleep. So the female in this scenario, sadly, it was a short life, you were young, and you weren't able to fulfill your destiny with him, because it came and went too quickly. But the time that you did have together, I feel like this time right here, when you were working on the land and he was the king and he would see you, was a special time, like a closeness, like loving. And it's like you had a recognition. That was when you recognized him. Might not have been the very first time you recognized your twin flame, but yeah, but sadly it didn't last. So now in this lifetime, it's like you have a second chance, you might have had other chances before, from the Renaissance period to now, to meet, but this time it's really going to be the time where you really get to come into fulfillment and enjoy each other. instead of having a short-lived romance, you will be able to have a long-term situation in this lifetime. So I feel that that's what the cards are showing, what the Spirit's saying, that, you know, a lot of times in our past lives, we don't get to reach completion or fulfillment, but, you know, every century, every rebirth of the twin flame, we get closer and closer to be able to come to fulfillment and completion. So have hope in that, you know. Don't be sad that it didn't last, but just know that He's out there, that you belong together, and you were there, were together before, and you'll find each other again if you haven't already. Okay? So I hope you like that. You know, I know it's a little strange, a little different, but yeah, I feel like the Renaissance period, there was this encounter, even though it was brief. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. If you like that, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Hello, returning subscribers, and welcome all you new people. And also, just check out my description box. I got a lot of good information there about private readings and my Patreon page. And if you'd like to donate, it would be completely appreciated, highly appreciated. All right, guys, so let's move on to the next. Okay, next we have the World. So let's read the World card. The world is perspective. I'm being called to shift my perspective on my life now, when I remember I am first and foremost an immortal soul, experiencing life as a human being. I have no fear. I can see clearly that I am powerful co-creator in a divine partnership with Spirit, aligning myself with Spirit and remaining unattached to outcomes. I am conduit for miracles. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. So, what was your past life with your twin flame? This represents at least one past life. It might not necessarily be the most recent, but a significant one. Alright, so here we have the Two of Wands. So this person is waiting for someone's arrival, possibly an overseas arrival. I'm getting sort of a Byzantine feeling from this life, like the Roman Greek around 330 to 1453. See. We have the Six of Pentacles, this really neat image here. The Six of Pentacles is balancing money and transaction. So I feel like you or your twin flame were merchants, and you're here waiting for the arrival of a ship that was bringing back some goods or money from some sales. And you could either be, you might not have been a romantic couple necessarily. Maybe you were just in business together, just business partners. All right, so here we have the Page of Swords. So this represents a young and unskilled person who's learning new things. So maybe that's you, or maybe that's your twin flame, somebody who is sort of an apprentice type. And then here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is actually more of a master. This person, which is represented by female here, is honing her crafts and skills. She's very talented and crafty. So somebody's creating things, and somebody's the merchant buying and selling these goods. Let's see, here we have the King of Wands. Okay, so it does appear there is a king. The King of Wands is he's like a protector of the people who live under his charge, and he's creative and has ingenuity. And so he is probably the master and someone is the apprentice learning from them, or could possibly suggest that you've grown from an apprentice into the master. But I feel like these are the two right here. Also, you could have grown from the apprentice to this master. So if you're the feminine and that's the masculine, where you're working together, and one's the crafter and one is the businessman. Let's see what else. And so the final outcome is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands represents twin flame, the 1111, and this is like a celebration and a completion. This is teamwork, and this is the arrival of the plan. So you are waiting the arrival here, and this is the arrival of the plan. So this was a very profitable and fulfilling connection that you had between the two of you. It seems very like it was a soul connection, but also a profitable one as well. Let's see what the fairy forecast has to say. Wow, so you guys did go into union. Even if whether or not if it was a romantic union or not, you definitely were in union together. But I feel like this is a possible marriage, you twin flames that were married in a past life, and maybe during these times where you worked together. Let's see what else. Yep, and you had definitely there is this yin and yang between you. There's a chemistry, strong magnetic attraction. It wasn't purely monetary. You were definitely lovers and had this chemistry and were able to work together too. So you had it all. So possibly in this lifetime, you'll have sort of a repetition of this situation. Maybe these cards are trying to suggest to you that you found your twin flame, and your twin flame is one that you're going to have great chemistry with and love for and passion and the sense of completion and happiness and celebration, and also be able to work with them. You'll have the money too. You'll be able to bring in the money together. You balance each other well. And then finally we have the fairy wishing well. So this is about manifesting money. And so if you'd like to manifest money according to the fairy way and go to a wishing well, here's what the steps are. Steps go like this. Breathe not a word to harsh or critical persons about your wish. Nurture your wish with practical steps each day. Face your fears and release them. Become ready for the wish to be granted. So this is very much like The Secret in manifestation. So yeah, if you're not you did this in past life, so it should be super easy for you to do it now. Again, manifest your wishes, and your wishes will come true. That easy. And yeah, so this is a beautiful past life reading of wealth and abundance and merchant and connection and union and love and chemistry. And hopefully, yeah, you're repeating that again in this lifetime, and you have already met him or her, or you will meet them soon and repeat and continue where you left off in this lifetime. All right, so I hope you like that. If you like that, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. If you're a returning subscriber, hello, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. If you're new and visiting, hi, it's nice to have you. Hope you like that. Please like and share and comment if you like. I love your comments so much. I just like sit back, sip on my coffee, just read all your comments. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. And, I used to be a little bit shy about responding, but now, I'm getting a little bit braver. It's not, not like I'm scared or anything. It's just I want to make sure that I respond, in a way that makes sense. I have a lot of times reading your comments just builds up a lot of emotion, and I have trouble translating that into words. So I just want to say thank you so much. Appreciate your beautiful comments and all the love that you outpour. So yeah, if you want a private read, that information is in my description box, and also information from my Patreon page. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. I'm gonna go on to the next one. Okay, so the last one is the Fool. I love these cards, they're so beautiful. This one, the Fool says, I know that a spiritual approach rarely appears logical and sometimes even seems impractical. However, when this card appears, I can take a risk and trust that with faith anything is possible. The invisible realms will reveal each step of the way. I am most experience this regardless of where I travel. This is a time when I'm learning that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. So yeah, you're a spiritual being, and the guides are here to help you. Just in the body that you chose this time around. But let's see what you might have done in a past life. Okay, first we have the Nine of Pentacles. So she is like a princess or a lady. She has material wealth. She's a little bit solitary. This is about receiving one's dreams. So she's fairly happy, but she's also kind of alone and kind of like a palace. It makes me think sort of Jasmine in the Jasmine in Aladdin stories, the Persian time, I guess, Asia, possibly, Arabian times, around the 800s to the 900s. Yeah, somewhere around there. Next we have the Page of Cups. So this could be her Aladdin, possibly. He's offering a cup of love towards her, or she, because in this deck, the pages are feminine, even though they're in pants. So the Page of Cups it's like, it could also be young love, you met at a young age and had a lot of imagination and childlike wonder about you. Let's see what's... Alright, so we got 10 of Swords. So there's something ended sort of suddenly. There is sort of a surrender to some kind of surrender, some kind of inevitable thing that happened that caused an end, right? When you're pretty young. Let's see what else we can see. Or maybe it was just an illness. But we have the High Priestess here, she's like, in this case, it's almost like she's a ghost. She's walking in between worlds. This is about the intuition and protecting secrets. So this could be some kind of a guide, a spirit guide that was talking to this Jasmine girl, a spirit guide, and while you were walking in between worlds, some kind of consultation. Let's see what else. But there's more swords. So the Nine of Swords really it's like nightmare and worrying and the unknown. Like you were sort of stuck in between worlds. Maybe you were in a coma for a long time, But while you were stuck in between these worlds, you had you like met an angel, or you had sort of this epiphany. You consulted a higher spirit. Let's see what else. But then finally we have the Three of Cups. So you broke through this. There's a celebration. So sharing wonders, community, hospitality. So either you passed away and this is heaven, you finally transferred to the heavenly world, or you came back on the earthly realm and you were able to continue with your life and find happiness and celebration. Let's see what else the fairy forecast says. So yeah, this represents the rest. So I'm thinking there's like an illness or coma or something that you were in, but the rest, it was restful, it was peaceful. You were able to come out of it and be happy and successful. Possibly, let's see what the romance angels. So the romance angels split out too. So yeah, you had friends around you, helping you, guiding you. This drew you back into the waking world. You were drawn back into that. Let's see what else. And you got married, so maybe you did find, after all, you did find your Aladdin, and you, after going through this kind of sleepiness, this kind of transformation, where you became, had a higher spirit call to you and help you grow and reach your potential. I think so. So then you're finally, it's like you did your work. You had a lot of suffering, but you grew into this person and finally found the one. And maybe it was just a marriage, but it looks like it could have been a happy marriage. Let's see what the final answer was. Yeah, so this is your Aladdin. This was after going through much suffering and introspection, I guess it was, and learning and enlightenment. You were able to meet with your young man again, the one that you first saw when you were children. You saw him again and you were able to unite with him. This young person is very special, or this could also be his transformation too, because the high priestess is kind of a religious figure, and then the indigo child is like a peaceful warrior and an activist, and he has a deep love of nature. He's highly sensitive, and he's also highly evolved. He's also sees the truth, and he also sees lies. So he can tell the difference in people. So he's like a very special soul, very advanced soul. So one or the other of you, or both of you, became advanced. Like, this could be you and this could be him. And you both evolved and became enlightened and joined together. And so that could be why this life is shown to you, because this current life that you're in might be a continuation or somewhat of a repeat of this life, where you meet your twin flame. And remember that you're evolved, enlightened souls, and you have work to do. He's an activist. There's work that you have to do together in this lifetime, and you tapped into it back in the past lifetime, in these times of the Persian and Asian time, and now you're meeting up again to complete your work. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of you twin flames out there, it might have been a long time since you've seen each other. You know, not every lifetime do we get to meet our twin flame again. And sometimes we get lost along the way. You know, sometimes we do. We get lost along the way. There'll be many years, many incarnations where we don't get to meet, where we don't get to unite, where we have to go through a lot of karma and situations and stuff before we can unite. And I think this is a year of union. So look forward to that. If you're not already together, I feel like your flame is coming, and will be a year of union and a year where you will embark on your work together. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Welcome back, all you subscribers. Thanks for coming back. And there's all kinds of information in the description box. That's where I'll put the timestamps. And also, I have started my Patreon page, and I'm going to start adding some content this weekend for you guys to enjoy, for the special ones who will sponsor me and donate to the cause. So if you are interested in that, I would really, really appreciate your support. Okay, everyone. Well, I think that pretty much covers it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions, and I will do my best to answer them. And if you need a private reading, I can do that too. All right, I think that's it. I'll see you next time. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.